Brothers and sisters, there comes a moment in your journey when heaven begins to whisper a new message into your spirit. A message that breaks every limitation, every fear, every insecurity. And today that message is this: your strength is about to shock everyone around you. For too long, people have looked at you and seen your struggle. They've seen your battles, your setbacks, your challenges. Some doubted you, some underestimated you, some even counted you out. But they forgot one thing. When we talk about God releasing a new supernatural strength into life, we are not talking about ordinary motivation or temporary energy. This is not the kind of strength that comes from sleep, food, or encouragement from people. This is a deep spiritual empowerment that flows directly from the presence of God. It is the kind of strength that rises within your spirit. Even when your body is tired, your mind is overwhelmed, and your emotions feel weak. It is a strength that cannot be explained naturally because it does not come from the natural world. It comes from heaven. Many people misunderstand what divine strength really is. They think God strengthens them only when they feel good, when life is calm, or when everything is in their control. But God often releases supernatural strength when you are facing situations that are bigger than you. Supernatural strength is God's answer to impossible moments. It shows up when you are standing at the edge of your ability, when you have done all you can do, when you are emotionally drained, and life seems too heavy to carry. In those moments, God steps in to show you that His power is made perfect in your weakness. He does not strengthen you because you are strong. He strengthens you because He is strong. When God releases this new strength, it begins inside your spirit. You may not feel it instantly in your body or circumstances, but something begins to shift on the inside. Your inner voice becomes louder. Your faith becomes clearer. Your confidence begins to rise. Suddenly you sense that you are not fighting alone. Where fear once dominated your thoughts, now faith begins to take over. Where doubt tried to paralyze you, now courage begins to grow. This inner transformation is the first sign that God's supernatural strength is being poured into your life. This strength also brings clarity. You begin to see things differently. Problems that once intimidated you no longer control you. Situations that used to break you now become opportunities for God to reveal Himself. You start believing again. You start dreaming again. You start hoping again. Divine Strength GTH does not just empower your body. It awakens your spirit and refreshes your soul. It reminds you of who you are and whose you are. As the strength increases, you find yourself doing things you thought were impossible. Take steps you were once afraid to take. You move forward in areas where you were once stuck. You begin to break habits, overcome temptations, restore relationships, rebuild confidence, and pursue goals with a fresh fire. What felt heavy becomes lighter. What seemed unreachable becomes possible. This is what happens when God strengthens you. Your life shifts from struggle to victory, from survival to progress, from fear to boldness. One of the most beautiful things about God's strength is that it is not temporary. It does not fade like human strength. It grows as your dependence on Him grows. The more you seek Him, the stronger you become. The more you trust Him, the more resilient you become. The more you surrender to Him, the more unstoppable you become. This strength is like a river. It keeps flowing, renewing, refreshing, and empowering you day by day. You will also notice that this strength prepares you for what is coming. God never gives strength randomly. He strengthens you for purpose. He gives you power because He knows He is about to take you higher. He empowers you because He knows you are about to walk into new territory, face new challenges, meet new opportunities, and carry greater responsibilities. God does not just strengthen you for your present, He strengthens you for your future. Perhaps the most surprising part is that others will begin to notice the change before you do. People around you will see the glow, the confidence, the courage, the calmness, and the peace that surrounds you. They will see you walking differently, speaking differently, and responding differently. They will see a version of you that they have never seen before. Stronger, wiser, more focused, more stable, more spiritually grounded. They may ask, how are you doing this? Or where is this strength coming from? And your heart will know the answer. It is coming from God. This season of your life is not ordinary. God is pouring fresh strength into you because He is preparing you for something extraordinary. He is lifting you, empowering you, and shaping you into someone who will walk with authority and victory. The strength that is coming is not normal strength. It is supernatural, it is divine, it is life-changing, and it will carry you into every promise God has spoken over your life. There is something powerful about the way God works in the lives of His people. He often allows others to see you in your weakest moments, not to shame you or diminish you, but so that when He lifts you up, the transformation becomes undeniable. Key point 2 is about this exact truth. The people who once saw your weakness will soon witness your transformation. And it's not because you are trying to prove anything to them. It's because God Himself is getting ready to reveal His glory through your life. Every person goes through seasons where they feel small, overlooked, or unappreciated. There are times when you are struggling privately while others see only a surface-level version of your life. People may see you tired, stressed, defeated, or unsure of your next step. They may see the version of you that is wrestling with fear, fighting battles alone, or holding on to fate with trembling hands. Some may misunderstand you, some may judge you, some may even distance themselves from you because they think you will never rise again. But human opinions do not define your destiny. God does. When God begins to strengthen you, He does it in a way that shifts your entire environment. He takes the very places where you were embarrassed, discouraged, or underestimated, and He turns them into platforms of testimony. The same people who saw you struggling will see you walking with confidence. The same people who saw you broken will see you healed and restored. The same people who thought you were finished will be amazed when they watch God elevate you beyond anything you ever imagined. What makes this transformation so powerful is that it is not achieved by your own strength or effort. If you did it by yourself, people would simply say, you worked hard or got lucky. But when God does it, even those who doubted you will have to acknowledge something divine has taken place. They will see a strength, a light, a courage, and a resilience in you that cannot be explained by human effort alone. They will see God's fingerprints on your life. There are people who remember the version of you that was anxious, insecure, or broken. They remember the season when you were struggling emotionally, spiritually, or financially. They remember when you weren't sure of yourself, when you walked with your head down, when you were struggling to find your place. Some people still expect you to be that person. They think they know your limits, your barriers, and who you will always be. But God is about to surprise them because you are not who you used to be. Growth is happening inside you, strength is rising in you, and a transformation is unfolding that others cannot see yet. But they will. Your transformation will serve as a testimony. People who are watching your life, even silently, will begin to ask questions. They will wonder how you made it through situations that looked impossible. They will wonder how you regained your confidence after being so discouraged. They will wonder how you found peace after such chaos. They will wonder how you became strong when everything tried to break you. And in that moment, your life itself will answer, God strengthened me. This transformation will not be loud or boastful. It will be natural, graceful, undeniable, and uncontainable. You will simply begin to walk differently. You will carry yourself with more confidence. You will speak with clarity. You will make decisions with wisdom. You will act with boldness. You will shine with a light that others cannot ignore. And the beautiful thing is that you will not have to convince anyone of who you are becoming. They will see it for themselves. Even those who doubted you will have to rethink their opinions. Even those who looked down on you will be humbled. Even those who counted you out will be forced to admit that they were wrong. Because when God lifts you, He does it in a way that cannot be denied, ignored, or explained by human logic. What others thought was the end of you was actually the beginning of your transformation. The moments they saw as your defeat were actually the preparation for your rising. The season they misunderstood was the season God used to build your strength. And now, as God empowers you, your life will shock the people who thought you would never grow, never heal, never rise, and never overcome. This is the beauty of God's work. He uses your past to display his power. He uses your weakness to reveal his strength. And he uses your journey to inspire others who are watching silently from a distance. The transformation that is coming upon your life will not just change you, it will impact everyone around you. Your story will show them what God can do when he takes a broken person, strengthens them, and turns them into a testimony of victory. There are moments in life when you feel like everything is working against you. The pressure is heavy, the problems keep coming, and your heart feels tired from fighting battles no one else sees. These are the moments when people think you will collapse, give up, or break under the weight of your struggles. Yet it is often in these very moments that God begins to release a strength within you that you never knew existed. Key point 3 is all about this powerful truth. Your strength will rise in the middle of your struggles, not after them. God does not wait for your situation to become easy before empowering you. He strengthens you right in the heart of your challenges. When you feel the weakest, God's strength becomes the most visible. This is because your struggle creates a space for his power to operate without competition. When everything is going well, it's easy to believe you're standing by your own strength. But in seasons of hardship, when your own abilities fall short, you begin to realize how deeply you depend on God. That dependence becomes the doorway for supernatural strength to flow into your life. You start to rise not because your situation changed, but because something inside you changed. Struggles have a way of stripping away distractions. They expose what truly matters and force you to focus on the core of who you are. In these moments, God often speaks the loudest. He teaches you resilience. He teaches you perseverance. He teaches you spiritual endurance. These lessons cannot come from comfort. They come from challenge. And while you may not realize it in the moment, every battle you face is shaping you, sharpening you, and preparing you for strength you didn't know you had. God does not waste your pain. Every tear, every disappointment, every setback is molding you into someone stronger. The pressure you feel is not there to destroy you, it is there to develop you. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Gold is purified in fire. Trees grow deeper roots in storms. And your spirit grows the strongest in seasons where you feel the weakest. You may bend, but you will not break. You may cry, but you will not collapse. You may fall, but you will rise again. Because God's strength is working inside you even when you cannot see it. Sometimes your greatest growth happens in silence. You may not feel strong yet. You may feel like you're barely holding on. But strength is building quietly, like the roots of a tree spreading beneath the ground before anyone sees the trunk grow. God often works in secret before he reveals his work publicly. You may feel hidden, but you are not forgotten. You are being prepared. You are being strengthened. You are being transformed. What's amazing is that your struggle will not only strengthen you, it will surprise you. You will discover a version of yourself that is braver than you thought, wiser than you imagined, and stronger than you ever believed. You will look back and say, I didn't know I could survive that. And God will whisper, you didn't survive it alone. I carried you. I strengthened you. I lifted you. This rising strength will also silence the voices that said you wouldn't make it. People may have expected your struggle to break you, but instead, it will reveal the power of God in you. They will see you standing in storms that should have knocked you down. They will see you walking forward in situations that should have paralyzed you. They will see you glowing with peace when everything around you is chaotic. And they will wonder how you are doing it. They will wonder where this strength is coming from. Your struggles are not a sign of God's absence. They are proof of his work. Anyone can be strong when life is easy. True strength is formed when life is hard. God builds warriors in battlefields, not in comfort zones. He raises champions in adversity, not in ease. And that is exactly what he is doing with you. You are becoming stronger, wiser, more grounded, and more resilient because of what you are facing. The very things that were meant to destroy you are becoming the things that strengthen you. This is why you should never lose hope in the middle of your struggle. You are not being defeated. You are being developed. You are not falling apart. You are being rebuilt. You are not losing. You are learning. Every challenge is preparing you for the strength that will shock both you and the people around you. And when the season shifts, when God lifts you into your breakthrough, you will realize that the strength you gained in your struggle was exactly what prepared you for your destiny. There comes a time in your life when the doors that once seemed locked, sealed, or completely unreachable suddenly begin to open. This shift does not happen because the world around you becomes easier, but because you become stronger. Key point 4 reveals a powerful spiritual truth. The new strength God is placing inside you will open doors you could not open before. These doors may represent opportunities, breakthroughs, relationships, positions, ideas, or levels of influence that were previously beyond your reach. When God strengthens you, your capacity expands, and your life begins to move forward in ways you never thought possible. Most people see closed doors as rejection or failure. They often assume that if a door doesn't open quickly, it's because they're not worthy or not talented enough. But the truth is deeper. Many doors do not open because God is still preparing you. An unopened door does not mean your destiny is denied. It simply means your strength was not yet ready for the weight of what was behind that door. God does not open a door that will crush you. He waits until you have grown, matured, and developed the strength to carry what He wants to give you. And the season you are stepping into now is a season where your strength is finally catching up with your destiny. This new strength is not physical strength. It is emotional, mental, spiritual, and visionary strength. It is the kind of strength that allows you to walk into rooms with confidence rather than fear. It's the strength that breaks the hesitation that once held you back. It gives you courage to take risks, make decisions, start projects, speak boldly, and pursue things you once felt unqualified for. When your inner strength increases, the outer world responds. Doors that were once impossible to open now respond to the authority in your spirit. For a long time, there were opportunities you wanted but couldn't step into. Maybe you lacked clarity. Maybe fear held you back. Maybe your past weighed you down. Maybe your confidence was inconsistent, but this new strength God is releasing will push all those limitations aside. It gives you the power to walk into places where you once felt you didn't belong. It gives you the boldness to apply for what you used to talk yourself out of. It helps you make moves that looked too big for you before. You begin to realize that the only real barrier was inside you, not in front of you. Strength changes perspective. When God strengthens you, doors that once looked impossible now look inviting. Challenges that once intimidated you now seem like opportunities for growth. Situations that once made you feel insecure now make you feel excited because you know God is with you. The same door you were afraid to knock on in the past becomes the door you now walk through with confidence. Sometimes God does not change the door, He changes you. He increases your capacity, expands your faith, and strengthens your identity. Then suddenly, what once felt out of reach begins to feel natural. You no longer force things, they begin to align. You no longer chase opportunities. Opportunities begin to move toward you. You no longer live in survival mode. You step into purpose mode. And here's what makes this transformation even more powerful. People around you will notice it. They will see the new boldness in your steps. They will see your decision-making becoming clearer and sharper. They will see you embracing things you used to avoid. They will witness a version of you that is stronger, more focused, and more prepared for greatness. They will wonder what changed, and the truth is it isn't the door that changed, it's the strength inside you. This new strength will also allow you to recognize which doors are yours and which doors are not. When you were weak, any closed door felt like rejection. But with God-given strength, you begin to discern. You begin to understand that not all doors are meant for you, and you no longer waste energy forcing things that do not belong in your destiny. Strength gives you wisdom to choose correctly and courage to walk away from what isn't aligned with God's plan for your life. And when you walk through the right doors, everything shifts. Breakthroughs begin, growth accelerates, blessings multiply. You find people who support your calling. You discover opportunities that match your gift. You walk into rooms that honor your purpose. You step into seasons that were reserved for your stronger self. This is why God is strengthening you now. because He is preparing you to walk into doors you could not open before. Your future requires a stronger version of you, and that strength is rising inside you every day. Soon, the doors that once denied you will open with ease, not because the door changed, but because you did. There is a truth that many people overlook. When God strengthens you, it is never only for your personal comfort or benefit. God always has a larger purpose in mind. Key point 5 reveals that God is preparing you to lead, influence, and inspire others. Your breakthrough is not meant to stay with you alone. It is meant to become a source of strength for those who are watching your journey, following your example, and needing the hope that your testimony will eventually provide. You are being shaped into someone who will stand as a pillar of encouragement in the lives of others. Leadership in God's kingdom does not begin when you stand on a platform. It begins when you go through struggles and learn how to rise from them. Influence is not built through comfort. It is built through survival, resilience, and growth. Every battle you fight teaches you something. Every hardship builds character. Every setback becomes a lesson. And all these experiences are preparing you for moments where your voice, your wisdom, and your story will impact someone else's life. People often think they are alone in their struggles, but they are not. There are others who are silently facing similar battles. When you rise from your challenges, you don't rise alone. You carry with you the power to lift others. God strengthens you so that you can become a living example that victory is possible, that healing is real, that breakthrough can happen, and that faith truly works. The very areas where you once felt weak will become the areas where you will help others rise. Your influence will not always come through preaching or public speaking. Sometimes it will come through the way you walk through difficulties with grace. Sometimes it will come through your peace in the middle of chaos. Sometimes it will come through your decisions, your actions, your attitude, your resilience, and your quiet trust in God. People are watching, not to judge you, but because they need to see someone make it through what they are going through. Your life becomes a message, and your strength becomes a testimony. There are people you haven't even met yet, whose lives will be touched by your journey. There are people who will find courage because of your courage. There are people who will choose faith because they watched you continue even when it was hard. There are people who will keep believing because you refuse to give up. You are being shaped into someone who carries hope, who speaks life, who uplifts hearts, and who pulls others out of darkness by simply being who God created you to be. God does not choose leaders the way the world does. The world chooses based on what is seen, talent, status, ability. But God chooses based on what is grown, character, faith, humility, and strength. Before God places a person in a position of influence, He strengthens them privately. He allows them to walk through hardships so they develop depth. He allows them to face pressure so they develop stability. He lets them endure challenges so they become compassionate toward others. Everything you've been through has been shaping you into someone who doesn't just survive, but also lifts others. Your future influence will not come from pretending to be perfect. It will come from being honest about your journey. It will come from sharing the parts of your life where God showed up and gave you supernatural strength. Some people need to know that you were once where they are now. They need to know that you struggled too, but God helped you rise. Not so they can praise you, but so they can believe that God can do the same for them. Leadership in God's eyes is servanthood. Using your strength to support others, using your wisdom to guide others, and using your story to inspire others. And that is exactly what God is preparing you for. Your strength is not just for you, it is for the people connected to your destiny. Your victory will not stay contained, it will overflow into the lives of many. The more God strengthens you, the more responsibility He gives you, not as a burden, but as a purpose. There will be people who find direction because of you. People who discover their identity because of your example. People who experience healing because of your encouragement. People who come closer to God because of the light shining through your life. This is why your journey matters. This is why your strength is important. God is shaping you into a voice, a guide, a light, and a source of inspiration. What He is doing in you is preparing you to influence others in ways you never imagined. Your strength is not just transforming your life, it is preparing you to transform the lives of many. There is a powerful moment in every believer's journey when God steps in and begins to rewrite the story. Key point 6 speaks directly to that moment. Your future will not resemble your past. This means the chapters ahead of you will not look like the chapters behind you. The struggles, disappointments, and limitations that shaped your earlier seasons will not define the seasons that are coming. God is preparing a shift so significant that when you look back, you will barely recognize the person you once were. Many people live trapped by what they have been through. Their identity becomes tied to their pain, their mistakes, their failures, and the things that hurt them. They start to believe that their past is a prophecy of what their future will be. But God does not allow the past to determine destiny. When He strengthens you, He breaks the patterns that once held you captive. He frees you from cycles of fear, cycles of doubt, cycles of loss, cycles of insecurity, and cycles of repeating the same painful experiences. A divine interruption happens, and suddenly the momentum of your life changes direction. Your past may have been filled with confusion, but your future will be filled with clarity. Your past may have been marked by heaviness, but your future will be filled with peace. Your past may have been a battlefield, but your future will be a place of victory. Your past may have been a season of survival, but your future will be a season of purpose. God never allows you to remain stuck in a chapter that does not match His promise for your life. When He strengthens you, He begins to pull you out of old environments, old mindsets, old patterns, and old emotional prisons. What's coming is not a small improvement, it is a transformation. You will think differently. You will respond differently. You will love differently, trust differently, walk differently, and believe differently. The strength God is giving you is altering the structure of your inner world. It's healing parts of you that were wounded. It's restoring confidence that was broken. It's rebuilding hope that was lost. This inner transformation is the foundation of why your future will be different, because you will be different. Your past may have been full of setbacks, but setbacks are not death sentences. They are simply pauses before promotion. Some things didn't work out not because you were unworthy, but because they were never meant to be part of the destiny God is calling you into. Some people left your life not because you were unlovable, but because they were not meant to walk into your future. Some doors closed not because you lacked ability, but because those doors were beneath the level God is preparing you for. There are blessings ahead of you that your past version was not ready to handle. There are opportunities that require a stronger, wiser, more grounded version of you. So God has strengthened you, matured you, and shaped you so that your future will not mirror the struggles you endured before. You are stepping into a version of life where you operate from victory instead of fear, from faith instead of doubt, from wisdom instead of confusion. You will also notice that God has changed the way you see yourself. In the past, you may have underestimated your worth. You may have tolerated things that hurt you, allowed people to misuse you, or accepted limitations that were never meant for you. But the strength God is giving you is clearing the fog. You're beginning to see your true identity, your true calling, your true value. And when your identity changes, your entire future changes with it. The future God has prepared for you includes relationships that honor you, environments that support you, and opportunities that elevate you. It includes peace of mind, stability, purpose, direction, and growth. It includes blessings that you once doubted were possible. You will step into seasons you prayed for, dreamed for, and sometimes cried for, and you will walk into them not as the wounded version of your past, but as the strong, healed, empowered version God is shaping right now. Your past may have been painful, but your future will be powerful. Your past may have held you back, but your future will push you forward. Your past may have felt dark, but your future will shine with God's light. Nothing behind you is greater than what is ahead of you. So do not look at your yesterday and assume that tomorrow will be the same. The God who strengthened you is also guiding you, reshaping you, and positioning you. Your story is not ending where you started. Your future will be brighter, stronger, and more beautiful than anything your past tried to steal from you. The best chapters of your life are not behind you. They are just beginning. In conclusion, the journey you are on is not defined by your past, your weaknesses, or the doubts of others. God is at work in your life, strengthening you in ways you cannot yet fully comprehend. This divine strength will rise in the middle of your struggles, open doors you never thought possible, prepare you to influence and inspire others, and carry you into a future that far surpasses anything you have experienced before. What others once saw as limitations will become the very platforms of your victory. Your life is being transformed, and soon the world around you will witness the power of God shining through you. Stand firm. Embrace the strength God is giving and step boldly into the extraordinary future He has prepared, because your breakthrough is here. Your strength is real, and your story is about to shock everyone around you.